What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into the video, let me just say thank everyone for your support. Please like the video, please comment and share it. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate everyone who supports the channel. You are my motivation, so thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. You'll never know how much. So we have a modern liberal woman here who is having a hard time finding a date. And not just any date, because she's a fairly attractive girl, but she's having a hard time finding a date with a masculine man. Why women continue to screw this up, I do not know. It's pretty cut and dry. Modern women want traditional men, but traditional men like traditional women, which is something that they are not. This is why they keep failing. I don't know why they don't understand this. Um, and I think part of it is just that women want what they want. Let me tell you something. When my mom was alive, I had a conversation with her, and I asked her a question one time. This was years ago. I said, "Mom, what do women want?" And she said everything. And that statement she made back then, I never forgot it, and it rings true today. It's not that women don't know what men want. Look, women know what we want. We've been screaming from the rooftops for decades now what we want. The problem is that women want everything. They want their cake and eat it too. So they don't care what we want. They are dead focused on what they want and what they want only. They don't understand that there's always give and take and there's always compromises to be made. If you are a modern woman and a modern liberal woman, why would you get? I understand why you want a traditional man because this is at the base core of men and women. We all want things at our base core. So I understand why you want a traditional man, but you're not a traditional woman. So a traditional man would not want you. Yes, he'll sleep with you, but he will not marry you. For some reason, they can't get this through their head. So let's play the video. Let's hear some more of this modern women foolishness, and then we'll break it down.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who's willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship. And
So she opens up. This backs up what I said. They're not stupid. She knows it. She says, as a liberal woman, I find it hard to find a traditional man. So she knows that as being a liberal woman, finding a traditional man is very hard to come by for her.
in today's day and age, who is not a conservative? I mean,
Then she says, who's not a conservative? If this is where women get into trouble at. Life is about compromises. Life is about give and take. If you want a man that's masculine, if you want a man that's traditional, you have to ask yourself, what do they want? See, they want all the compromises to be on your side. They don't want to compromise on their side. She already opened up wrong. I'm a liberal woman who wants a traditional man. Those two things don't even go together. It's like oil and water. Like they don't even mix. So she's already coming from a place of ridiculousness. I'm a liberal woman who wants a traditional man. Okay, that doesn't make sense. That's like saying I'm a square, I'm a square, but I want to date a circle. I have a hard time dating a circle because I'm a square. Well, yes, because you're a square. Circles like other circles. Like it blows my mind.
man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be.
Now, she touched on some things that are instinctive to men. She said that wants to provide provision, wants to pay on the first date, traditional, masculine. This is something that's at the base core of every man. We have a unction on the inside of us to provide, to protect, to be leaders. This is innate in every man. So that's there. That's always present in a man. And she's having a hard time finding it. The problem is, while these traits are inherent in a man, there are certain traits that are inherent in traditional women that modern women don't have and that liberal women don't have. So it's not a match. You're not compatible. That's the thing. You cannot get these men, find these men, because what you have to bring, your attributes, your characteristic traits are not what they're looking for. Simple. This is simple. Simple. When you're a modern, liberal woman, feminist woman, you get a modern man. You don't get a traditional man. You get a modern man. You get a hybrid. You get a man that you're going to go on dates with, and you go 50-50. You're going to go 50-50 on the bills. You're going to go 50-50 on probably just about everything. You don't get traditional man when you're a modern, liberal, feminist woman. You get a modern man. And that works. Modern women should be with modern men. Traditional men should be with traditional women.
Be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker childbearing role.
Listen to what she said. I want a traditional man. I want a traditional man. I want a man that's going to pay on the first date. I want a man that's going to do this. I want a man that's going to do that. The word she used the worst out of this whole soliloquy and this rant is I. I. It's completely what she wants. She's not willing to compromise on nothing. She said, I want to maintain my independence. I want to maintain my autonomy. I don't want to fill the traditional role. This is out of her own mouth. You can't make this up. She doesn't want to fulfill the traditional role of a woman. She wants to stay independent. She wants to keep her autonomy, but she wants a traditional man. You can't make this stuff up. This is out of her own mouth. I don't know this woman. As far as I know, no one put a gun to her head to make this. You are literally hearing the way a lot of these modern liberal women think. They actually think and believe that they can be liberal, they can be feminist, and they deserve a traditional man. And they think there's a man out there that's going to buy this. That there's some idiot, some traditional man that's going to buy this. And then she says, this is the cherry on top, who's not conservative. The man she's looking for doesn't exist. If you want a traditional man, you have to be a traditional woman. If you are not a traditional woman and you don't want to fill the traditional woman role, and she said that, you don't get that man. It's simple. But nothing is simple to a modern woman's mindset. Because what did my mom say? What do women want? She says, son, they want everything.
And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
So she admits it. She doesn't want to compromise anything. She said, I want to compromise my morals, my values. She doesn't want to compromise nothing. She wants to come to the table as she is. This is why guys date younger. This is the exact reason why guys date younger. I don't know her age, and I'm not going to research it, but she's too old. You're not going to change a woman like this. She's set in her ways. That's why she said I, and she won't compromise on nothing. She's not going to fill the traditional role. She wants to maintain autonomy. She wants to stay independent. She wants you to value everything. She's not going to change. And there's a lot of different panels and podcasts with guys talking to women, and you just hear that it's the same questions and the same answers. The answers just come out of different mouths. They're all the same. Once you've watched 50 or you've watched 100, you've seen them all. You've heard every answer. The faces just change. It's the same answers, different faces. This is why men date younger. She's a lost case. She is not going to change. She's set in her ways. She is how she is. So why would a guy who has options and who has a choice deal with this? Why would he put up with it? No one in droves is running to the western part of the universe to marry these women. No one wants to marry them. No one wants a liberated feminist woman except for a feminist liberal man. They're the only ones that want them. Traditional men do not want this type of woman. Don't try. Whatever, I don't know how old you are. If you want a traditional woman and you come across a woman that's a liberal, that's feminist, anything that's saying any of this stuff, and for the sad part, it's the majority of the women in this country. They are modern. They're modern. If that's not the kind of woman you want, you're going to have a very hard time finding a traditional woman. You are. If you have the capability to go to a different country, a different culture, and find a woman that way, if that is an option for you, then I suggest you do that. This is the worst option for you. These women, our divorce rates are showing you that. These women are gone. You can't change them. They're set in their ways. She's set in her ways. She wants what she wants, and she ain't changing. She's not going to compromise. Most modern women are in this boat. They want what they want, but they're willing to compromise nothing. You're not going to compromise on your income. You're not going to compromise on your height. They're not compromising on anything. So what I would say to you as men, if you want to get married, you want to have a family, if you cannot find a traditional woman here, and it is hard to find that here, a traditional woman who likes being a woman and who likes you being a man, if you can't find that here and you have the ability to go outside of the United States and find that, then I suggest you do that. Our culture is not going to go back to the way it was. Our marriage, our family, everything has been broken. Anyone who can find that here, they're very fortunate. They're very blessed. But most men will not find it here. The data proves that out. We do not have a slew of traditional women running around here. Social media, online dating, TV shows, movies, marketing, all this stuff has destroyed that. And that woman's gone. She's never coming back. She's going the way of the dinosaur. So unless you can go to a different country and get a woman and from a society where core values are still put in place, where there's still traditional gender roles, unless you can be able to do that, a lot of men in this country are either going to deal with a woman like this or they're just going to be alone. And I'm not one who advocates for being by yourself. I believe all of us, and this is a fact, all of us need human interaction. We all need companionship. And you deserve it. You deserve companionship, especially if you're a good person. Man, especially if you're a good person. And being a man, I know what it is that men want. Nothing makes a man or a husband or a father feel better than the ability to take care of his family. There's just something about it that just brings us joy. Being able to take care of your children, being able to take care of your wife, to provide for them, to keep them safe, to protect them. That brings a man joy. And a woman, a traditional woman, being able to take care of her family, make sure her kids are fed, make sure her husband is fed, that she's taking care of them. When they're sick, she's nursing them back to health. She's nurturing them. She's taking care of the house. She's doing that. Makes a woman feel good. Women are just naturally nurturing. Traditional women are anyway. These women are not. These are not traditional women. So you are not going to find these traditional values in them. They're gone, and they're not coming back. And she said it out of her own mouth. Now, she made a second video saying that because she received a lot of backlash from this video from guys saying, well, you're modern, you're liberal, you're not going to find a tradition, saying a lot of the stuff I said. And she made a second video saying, for all the people that was talking crap about me, maybe I'll do a video on it. maybe I'll do a video on it. Maybe I'll play the video. But she said she found a guy. They went out on a date, and he's everything she wants. But where we heard this before? This is the thing. It's not that she can't get a date. I would agree that she can get a date. The problem is the guys that will date her are not the men that she wants. That's the bottom line. Because a traditional man is not going to accept her. So what she's going to do is date guys that she's going to date the best guy she can get who can come closest to being traditional. That's what she's going to do. And she's not going to be happy. She's basically settling. She's basically going to settle or be alone. But you can't be modern. You can't be liberal. You can't be a feminist and get a traditional man. It's either you compromise in order to get that man, or you settle and date these men that you hate dating, that you admit it, or you do this.
I'm going to say that I'm at the top of the list of the eccentric crazy cat ladies.